Launch sequence activated. Prepare for light speed.
Intelligent, keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best Grandy, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company. Unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Mr.ECrimecast weekly update. I am Mr. E. I am joined this morning by Mrs. E and our guest, Auntie. How's everyone doing?
Good morning. Good.
Great.
Good, good. Well, I appreciate everybody coming in here. We had a great live last night, I think. Very interesting and tragic case with Jaden Spicer. If you didn't catch that, maybe catch that on a replay later on. We kind of went through the whole thing and talked about kind of where that all is going and the kind of the patterns that were emerging in that case and how we can compare that to other missing person cases that we are following. We're going to get into some of those today too, but welcome in Wowzer Wow Wow. I guess it's is that wow. Because everybody's names are changing because of the at symbols, right? Dreaming of Blue Skies, we appreciate you, of course. Nicey Marie, Jana, welcome in. Good to see you, Pebbles, Angel Wings. So yeah, lots of our great people here. Deanna, Sharon Marlowe. So good morning to you all. So, I forgot to do the lights, didn't I? There we go. That's a little better. Yeah. That way I'm not just sitting here in darkness. Sorry, I forgot all about doing that. Did I even turn on the?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, good. Great. So what we're going to get into today, just to kind of give you if you're new to this, we do this every week now on Fridays. We try to do it in the morning if we can. Just kind of a weekly roundup of all the true crime news stories we're following, some that are newer to us. We do a missing person story every week, and then we're doing poor judgment. I've got a deathbed confession. If we still want to do that, if these aren't making you too sad, we can keep trying it. If you want to pull that segment, we can do that too.
Is it a funny one?
It's not as sad as some of the others. It's just kind of weird. I mean, they're all
sad.
I mean, they're all sad because they're all a deathbed confession. So someone's passing each time. I don't know. We'll try it. I tried to find one I didn't think would make you too upset.
Okay.
So we'll give it another shot and see how that goes.
If it doesn't fly this time, though, we're cutting it.
Then we'll just replace it with something else. We can always do something different. And of course, poor judgment's not going anywhere, especially this week.
And somebody said they like my shirt, the color of my shirt, and I'm in my Crime Dawg shirt. Where's my Dawgs and true crime?
Yeah, I need to get one myself, actually.
Yeah, they're so comfortable. It's like I want to wear it all the time.
I like that color too.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of tealish color.
Yeah.
And also, after our show, you guys should go check out Bullhorn Betty. Just dropped some information that's kind of interesting about the Jaden Spicer. She was saying that she goes into detail, but basically we've been getting it all wrong. That Josh is not the stepdad. The stepdad is actually in prison. So, and his name is Tommy. So,
well, who's Josh?
We think maybe the brother of the man in jail.
Oh, it says Tommy was married to Felicia. She filed for divorce in 22. Tommy's been in jail for strangulation. So is Josh Gross his brother? Is she married to him or has she been living with him?
We
I
don't know.
We don't know.
Like I was getting ready listening to Bullhorn Betty, and that's all I got to. So, and Dreaming of Blue Skies got this shirt in pink.
Oh, cool.
And you said it's the comfort colors, which is your
The
favorite.
comfort colors. Yes, I love them. They're really good quality. They wash well, dry well. Also, Nicey Marie. No, was it Nicey Marie? Somebody wanted us to look into missing child in Arkansas. 17-year-old Hannah Osborn. Osborn.
Okay.
Hannah Osborn in Arkansas.
I don't think I've heard about that one.
I haven't either.
Okay.
And
I got it
caring
written
for
down.
all, if you will go to the little bell on, if you look on there, there's a little bell on your phone on the YouTube page, and you click it, and that's your notification button. I know it's backwards, but if you click the all, that make it black, then it should notify you of all of our lives. And every time we go on, it should give you a notification on your phone. So make sure you have that checked. We just started, so you haven't missed anything.
Yeah, we just got in here. So if you are coming in, if you would please hit the like button, that helps people find us out there. And so I just, again, we're going to go through a few cases today, some updates on Austin Drummond, a kidnapping case, a missing person, cold case. And there's probably a couple of others out there too that we're going to do. Some really interesting, a wide range of stories, I think. So actually, really, the case that we were going to talk about that was recommended to us by Serenity was really more like a cold case. And so what I think I'll do is we'll just start with this one that was just mentioned to us, Hannah Osborn, and then I'll get into the Oakley story that Serenity had suggested to us, because it's almost a little bit more of a deep dive than your typical, hey, we've got an urgent missing kid. Because I want to spend a little time on Oakley's story. So let me share this.
Have you said hello to everybody?
Probably not everybody, but I did say hello to a few. Let me pull this up here. So this is
this is the new one, huh? That she just mentioned.
So this girl's name is Hannah Osborn, and so this is fairly recent. She has been missing since August 9th. And sometime around 7:40 p.m.
And you can zoom in now.
I can. I've got the trackpad. Actually, I did it. I used
Zoom
it
in more.
Oh, if I zoom in too much.
I ordered it and it got here before the show.
I know we're all
wow. That's
fancy.
quick.
We're fancy now. So
well, he needed it, and he's used to working on a laptop, not a desktop. So
yeah. So this. So it's been a few days. Well, today's the 15th. So she has been missing
this is
for
Hannah
5 or 6 days
Osborn.
now.
This is the one
she just mentioned.
Oh, gotcha.
The one that Nicey Marie had just mentioned. I just thought we'd do this now, and then I'll go into the Oakley story that Serenity had talked to us about. Because really, the Serenity case, the one she recommended, in a lot of ways, is more of a
deep dive.
And it's more of a cold case, I think. But she needs awareness as well, so I want to do both. But this young woman disappeared at 7:40 p.m. She's on foot near County Road 7. At the time, she was wearing blue jeans, a white T-shirt. She had an orange and black backpack with her. She's 5 feet tall, weighs 120 pounds, with blue eyes.
5'10".
What did I say?
5 feet.
Oh, I said 5 feet. No, I meant to say 5'10". Yes, so 5'10". Man, I misfire like that sometimes. I don't even realize it till I go back and listen to a live, and I just say a wrong thing and don't realize it at all.
I know.
I'm sure that'll get better over the years.
I've been living with it for a long time.
So she's got blue eyes and sandy blonde hair. Her father reported her missing after she left the home and did not return. So the people to contact there are the Jackson County Sheriff's Department. They are asking for public assistance. You can call them at 870-523-5842. Of course, 911 if you forget all those numbers, if you happen to see this young woman. So
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this is just a runaway kind of thing. She's okay and coming back. I haven't, obviously looked up much information.
It does say in red, her family has shared concern that foul play may be involved. So that, that's not a good sign there.
Yeah. And 6 days is a long time. So
Well, let's
Maybe.
I will post that. If you send it to me, I'll post it on our Facebook and stuff, and the flyer.
Yeah, this is actually a video. It's like a short video with like montages. I guess I can play that, right?
If there's music, no.
Yeah, there might be.
Well, you
Might
can
be.
mute the music.
That's true.
There's a mute down there.
I think it is muted. Yeah, I've got it muted. So we'll I think it's like pictures of her with the family and that kind of thing. There's a message there. Hannah, I love you and I need to know you are okay. Please, if you see this, pick up a phone and call me and tell me that you are okay. It's been the hardest 5 days of our lives, not knowing where you are or what may have happened to you. We have turned this country upside down searching for you, following every single lead without hesitation, hoping we would see your beautiful face at the end of each one. I would beat down the doors of hell to find you and make sure you are safe. And I hope you realize that I know that you are loved and greatly missed. I want you to know that no matter what, I will always love you. Good, bad, right, or wrong. I will always be here for you. You are my flesh and blood, baby, my baby girl. If you are out there and upset with us or whatever the case may be, just know that you're not in trouble. We're not trying to force you to do anything against your will. We're just need to hear your voice, look you in the eye, even if it's through FaceTime or whatever, and know that you are okay and happy wherever you are. I love you, Dad. That's awful.
And I was looking to see if there's a group or anything. A lot of times people will start Facebook groups so the information can go in there. I don't see one yet.
Yeah, I assume that's her with her dad there. So he's a tall guy too. If
Yeah,
she's 5'10".
she's a tall girl.
Yeah. She's got that unique kind of curly hair, so maybe that'll be a good thing, help her stand out if she's out there somewhere. And if she is okay, give Dad a call. And hopefully that's the case.
And I'll share this in our Facebook. If you're not on our Facebook, it should come up in chat with Nightbot, but our Facebook is, what is it? I have to actually look. I don't know myself. Let's see. I'll share it in chat for those of you who have blocked Nightbot. There you go.
Nightbot's, I didn't know you could block Nightbot.
People block Nightbot because they can't stand it.
Get tired of seeing Nightbot. Well, I guess that makes sense.
It just, we do Nightbot so that our moderators can also enjoy.
What did Nightbot do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No, I get it. Because Nightbot it's a little overactive.
And
So I get it.
we have a private group there, but I mean, I would love to have some more activity in it, other people posting, because I don't have time to do that as well. A lot. I do post when we're going live and things like that, but I really wish we had more interaction. People posting cases and stuff would be great. Also, I wanted to remind everybody too, we are going to be doing some more TikTok live. So if you are a TikTok member and you'd like to come over and see this sometime, it is quite fun to send gifts and make Mr. E get confused by what's going on the screen. So
not hard to do.
It is a lot of fun. So if you'd like to come over and see some of this, please feel free to come over, because we were sending him dolphins and balloons and hearts, and Tina sent him a hat and a mustache. It was hysterical.
Yes.
Judy says Johnny Ringo. Well, Johnny Ringo.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Not quite that cool. Not quite that cool.
So come on and join us over at TikTok. And he's been trying to do daily kind of just quick one thought updates on different cases as well. So.
Yeah, it's a good way. I mean, and I'm starting to use YouTube that way too, trying to get quick information out that we want to do, but don't necessarily need to do a 3-hour live on. So,
right.
And some people prefer to get their information that way. So it's been kind of nice to learn how to do that. Anything else before I get into the next thing here?
No, I just enjoy that picture. So
this story we're talking about has had some attention over the years. Are either of you familiar with Oakley Carlson? I did not remember this.
Serenity mentioned it last night, and that's as far as I got.
Had you ever heard this one before?
Betsy, that last young lady. Hannah was in Arkansas. Yes.
She said what town? I think it was Jackson, because it said call the Jackson County Sheriff's Office. So it's in Jackson County in Arkansas. Oh, Bradford, Arkansas. Bradford, Arkansas in Jackson County.
And Real Me Too, I'm going to make you a moderator over there on TikTok because we don't know what we're doing. So,
And what you can do with TikTok too, if you don't want to put personal information, you can just sign up as a user without having to put a lot of your personal information in there. You can
well,
even
we
create. I mean, we don't. I know you have an account where it's not even tied to you whatsoever to
Mhm.
like look at videos and stuff, because we've been doing that through true crime. You wanted to be able to see some things, but didn't want an account, and you can do that.
Well, I was very resistant to it. We've been fighting it for a long time, and we just decided to go ahead and just not worry about it. Plus, I mean, our mom is a huge TikTok fan, and
Oh.
she won't watch us otherwise. So, just kidding.
That's not true. I know, Nicey Marie. That's the first thing I thought was, what's with all the Jackson County and cities? I know it's like Jackson
It
comes
does.
up a lot.
Well, that was Austin Drummond,
Yeah, that's
who
true.
was in
Jackson, Tennessee.
Jackson, Tennessee, and he was in court this week as well.
Yeah, we're going to talk about him too.
And then Jackson is where Jaden Spicer is.
Yeah,
So.
that is interesting.
Real Me Too. I know some people that have done foster care, and they actually can't foster care anymore because they've had kids for years and wanted to adopt, and then they were given back to the real parents and not taken care of, and it's just heartbreaking to go through. And that's what happened to a friend of mine. And I see that she said Oakley's case, her foster parents still fight for her. They were supposed to adopt her, and she was sent back to her parents.
Yeah, so this is Oakley Carlson here. So this story is from 2021. So she would be 8 years old today, and this was a situation where the parents, Jordan and Andrew, are they're just lifelong criminals, basically, all kinds of issues, mostly around narcotics and fraud, and they've had various arrests and those kinds of things. So they were in foster care at some point, and they went back. She went, and her siblings went back to the parents, from as best I'm understanding it. And we don't really know when this girl went missing, because what happened was a principal at their school, they had a house fire, or I can't remember, it was a house flood, fire, whatever it was. They had to move out of the home, and they were staying in like a hotel. So they were displaced, and the family's at the hotel. Well, this principal, kind of out of goodness of her heart, was just kind of checking on them, bringing them extra supplies, things of that nature, right? And anytime she would come by the hotel, Oakley wasn't there. I think she's the second to youngest of their children. And, the first time or two, it didn't really alarm her. But after a while, after a few months of not seeing only this one child, she started to become concerned. And so she had an opportunity eventually, but there was nothing really to report. It's just they had a story each time. I don't know. She's with a grandmother or whatever. And then the principal's daughter is friends with one of Oakley's siblings, invites her over for a sleepover. So while Oakley's sister's at the sleepover, she is asked, what happened to Oakley, or where is Oakley? And the little sister, who's 6, curls up in a ball and is crying out something along the lines of, Oakley's gone now, So that sends up kind of big red flags, Over time, police start to get involved. They're doing wellness checks, and the parents' stories are not making any sense. They're saying, one story, Oakley's with the grandfather, and okay, well, can we call the grandfather? No, I don't know his phone number or address. It's that kind of thing. And then when they eventually, as they pieced it together, no one in the family had seen her since like February of 2021. And this is all going on in December of 2021.
Oh, wow. So months.
A long time had gone by without anybody actually laying eyes on the child. And so, of course, now it starts to become an investigation. And at some point, there's a lot to this story. Of course, their lies are ridiculous that they come up with. I mean, they're clearly lying. And at some point, they go to their home, the one that had been damaged. And when they go inside, they find blood splatter on their front door inside. And they I can't remember which room it was, maybe the kitchen, they find a bloody handprint.
Oh gosh.
All of that is still, that's just what we know. But like whose handprint, whose blood, it's an active investigation. So we still don't know any further details beyond that. And then over time, it looks like there's been some coaching with the siblings. Some of them have said that they were told stories about like their mother would tell them what happened to Oakley was that she wandered into the woods and got eaten by wolves. That was like the story that she told some of the siblings. So there was some kind of coaching and manipulation. I mean, it almost sounds like, when you try to give the scary fairy tale to children to keep, that, I mean, it's an outrageous story, but something that a child might actually believe, So anyway, the parents since then, they have been considered by the public and police, it seems, to be the prime suspects in her disappearance and what happened to her. It is unresolved. They have been in and out of jail since then. I think Jordan, the mom, looks like she's had some fraud charges, and the dad has some charges related to the other children. And they've been in and out of prison. I've got a picture of them, and you can kind of, let me find it here. So there's the parents there. So you can kind of see the issues just all over their face, actually.
Yes, you can see the rug use obvious.
Yeah. So their stories make zero sense at all. Serenity here. So welcome in, Serenity. We are covering that case. I don't know if you caught the beginning of it or not, but she says Washington State is big on family reunification to get kids back with parents, and it has cost many children their lives because some parents should never get kids back.
Thank you for your super chat,
so
Serenity.
much for that.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, I've seen that fail kids many times. Like I said, I had a friend that had 2 foster children, got them. One was an infant and one was like 2, and they were sisters, and had them for several years. And then they ultimately went back to the parents, who do not take care of them to this day. And it's sad. It's just sad to see that they could be taken care of by someone else that really loves and cherishes them, but yet they're given back to people who disregard them.
And I haven't gone into all of the allegations that have occurred against Oakley, but one of the stories was her being locked in a cage under the stairs and that kind of stuff.
Oh, my stars.
So, and apparently these foster parents, they raised their concerns about her going back to these parents, and seemed to have been, a good situation for her with the foster family. But I mean, another failure. It's always a failure at the CPS level, isn't it?
Right. It is.
Always.
But in
Almost all of these
2022, they did see jail. Both saw jail time for child endangerment. So they did go to jail for some time for that in 2022.
Yeah, one of them was like they weren't giving their medication to one of their children, that they like life-saving kind of medication that put their lives in danger, and they weren't administering that to them, whatever that was. But it was one of the different children. So my read on it is law enforcement, they've got their eye on them, and they're charging them with everything they can, not related to Oakley, while they build Oakley's case. And of course,
now, do you know if the remaining children are now in foster care, since the mom's currently in jail?
I don't know who has the children currently. I don't know that part. One of the things they're saying is that one of the things I've read is that this court, I think the likelihood is that she's no longer with us, the little girl.
Yes.
It's possible that it could be like one of those situations where they did sell her and trafficked her out. What was that story? We just heard one like this, where the mom had sold her child 3 years ago, and she couldn't remember the dealer that she sold.
Aunt E sent it, I think.
Yeah. So
What?
it could be one of
where
those.
the mother sold the child to a dealer and couldn't remember who.
Yes.
Didn't you send me that?
Yeah.
It was a while back.
Yeah. So I think it potentially could be that kind of situation, but I think most likely, because of the blood they found inside the home, she's probably gone, unfortunately. And if that's the case, then they're trying to build a no body kind of case.
It says
temporarily, but maybe they'll find her.
It says the state has not returned any of the children to them And given their criminal convictions and ongoing investigations, highly unlikely that they will get any of the other children back.
God, I hope they don't.
Yes, and it says that as soon as she was released from prison for the abuse charges, she was immediately rearrested because of she had committed identity theft, and then she was sentenced to 43 months in prison. So that would make her still in prison unless she got out early, because that she was found guilty in April of 2022, sentenced to 20 months, and then she was released in January 23, and then immediately rearrested for identity theft and sentenced to 43 months. So she should still be in prison.
Somebody just recently got out. Bowers. Which one is Bowers? That's Jordan.
That's the mom.
Yeah, so she just got out for the identity theft and fraud charges.
Okay.
There is $100,000 reward being offered for information leading to see what the specifics are on that. Information leading to her discovery. Oh,
she was just released like last week. July 28th.
Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, she needs to do the right thing and tell what happened to that girl. That's what she needs to do.
Yeah, Pebble's saying the same thing with Harmony Montgomery. Mr. E, there's a private chat I need you to look at.
Oh, okay.
It's concerning work.
Sorry,
our other work. No, it's in the private chat on the screen. I put it up there so you could just click on it and read it.
All right.
I didn't know if you needed to step away. It's whatever you think.
Yeah, I can do that. Do you want to take one of the other?
You know what?
I could.
I was going to say.
Do you want to do the story you wanted to do?
What? I don't remember the story.
The one about the Louisiana DA.
I would like your thoughts on it. So, how about I just we talk to chat for a minute, and I'll give some memberships.
Sure, we'll just make it a gift party.
Yeah.
Okay, and Perfectly Imperfect Boys Mom said, do we know where the other siblings are? I did look that up, and it says currently that they were removed from the home and in December of 2021, right after Oakley was officially reported missing. And it says at least 2 siblings were placed in state protective custody due to the confirmation of being exposed to meth and other safety concerns, and all have since been living in foster care or relative care, but their locations and identities are kept confidential for privacy and safety reasons. And it says the state has not returned the children to either Bowers or Carlson, and given their criminal convictions, it's very unlikely that they will get the kids back at any point. So that's at least encouraging that they aren't going to get those kids back. But it's a shame that one of them had to be lost for that to happen.
Well, I have 5 more memberships left. So I'm going to go ahead for the month of August. So I'm going to go ahead and send those now. So good luck, guys. Let's see who got them. Let's see. I have to switch channels to see who got them. Let's see. Just My Girls, Cat's Time Out, Seashell 626, Pink Life with Christina, and I think it's CRS Krista 23. Well, welcome to the Dog Pound. And since we are taking a break, I will welcome you guys.
And Lisa asked how many siblings there were. There were 3 others. One older, one younger, and an infant.
Okay. Welcome to the Dog Pound. Let's see.
Welcome to the Dog Pound. Your Crime Dawg now, members only. Welcome to the Dog Pound. Your Crime Dawg now, members only. Welcome to the pound, members only. Bow wow 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 wow. Doo doo doo.
Oh my goodness. Wow, thank you so much. Wow, gifted 10 memberships. Awesome. Let's see
Yay!
who got them. If you got a gifted membership from Wow, please tell her thank you. Um, let's see. Ashley, Criddle, let's see. Lady Lexi, Danis Kelly, Michelle Loop, Gaga Life. I'm sorry, I cannot see today. Well, if you got a free gifted membership from Wow, please tell Wow. Thank you guys. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That really does help support our channel and keep us going. So we appreciate it so much. Let's see. There is another weird story that I don't think he's going to cover that I could talk about real quick. Actually, I do.
What were you going to talk about?
I was saying that there's one that we have not covered yet that I think we should cover.
I'm going to
and
remove these parents too. They don't deserve the screen time.
no, they don't. So it looks like there were. Let me see if I can share the screen. Hold on one second. Actually, I want to share this real quick. There we go. That's what y'all. I wish you could see how funny it is when he doesn't know what's going on. I know he's not here right now, so I'll say this, but it is so funny to send these little gifts and watch him react to it. I don't, just sit around and laugh and laugh and laugh all the time, but I know she was laughing and I was laughing really hard because we were just sending him crazy stuff.
And it was so funny.
It was so funny. I didn't even know you could send us some or a cowboy hat and a mustache, but I'm telling you, the next time we go live on there, I'm going to mess with him big time. So I hope you guys are there.
We're just getting our feet wet with TikTok right now, trying to figure it all out and how to do it. And we want to have the little shorts because I know lots of people like the shorts and just kind of updates and things like that. So that's what it's for. And he's also been sharing some of those on YouTube. So you might see those on the shorts or the little small short videos on YouTube as well.
Well, I'll tell you, it's just fun to mess with him because he's so straight laced. I mean, he enjoys a joke. Don't get me wrong, but when I was not in the room with him. I was in another room. So, or actually I was outside because we didn't want to have an echo with him talking or whatever. And so I was sitting there and he kept, I wasn't in here to kind of reassure him it was okay that he was getting cowboy hats and different things happening. So you could just kind of see him looking around on that video where I don't know what to do. I've got a cowboy hat and a mustache. So once we realized that happened, she and I started really just messing with him, sending him balloons and all kinds of stuff. It is really funny. It is really funny to mess with him. And it's only just like a couple of pennies to mess with him. That's what's so funny is that I think we paid $1 and we still have like 70 cents left.
Yeah, we each put $1 in just to see how you did it. And some of them are a penny, 9 cents. I mean, things you can send are really cheap. So it was a lot of fun.
Yes, his reaction was magnificent. It was magnificent. Just watching him because he just, he's not good with technology and oh, I know.
Betty too said, I think Betty's a pro, and I think you all have reached out to her a little bit about TikTok, haven't you?
No, Mr. E accidentally sends her messages from time to time. So but I actually finally have 100 followers, so I am going to be able to go live, and Aunt E is going to be able to go live. We're going to try to do all 3 of us on.
Yeah, I got a notification the other day that I could go live. So yeah, follow all 3 of us, just so we can go live with him and be able to do that. So if I'm Aunt E Crimecast, and what's yours?
I think it's Mrs. E Crimecast.
Yeah, mine's Aunt Aunt E Crimecast.
You can put it in chat if you want. But it's been a lot of fun to do that. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. there have been 9 teens charged in a homicide of a 16-year-old in South Carolina.
Oh, wow.
9 teens.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit about that.
Well, that was just one. That was just one that we literally just started talking about it. Mostly, we've been talking about how inept you are on TikTok.
All right.
Well, I was just saying that it's a good time. It's a good time to watch you with me not in the room.
Yeah.
And
Right.
you're kind of like, what should I do? I've got a sombrero.
Yeah, because you're usually my safety net when things go sideways.
Yes.
And so, like, you can't even be in the room because of
the echo.
echoing and all that. So,
Yes, we are all separate on there. We have to do that so that we can each go live with him. Like, we want to do a live with him. We have to each have an identity on there. So, and we have to have so many followers in order to be able to go live with him.
And I think too, we have to do so many lives. I think we have 2 more lives to do before we can start sharing our screen. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, TikTok's very confusing. Like, every time you do anything, it unlocks something, and I have no idea what any of it means. It's like, you got 20 likes. Now you get dolphins.
And
okay, I don't know.
He kept saying, he was like, I got a universe. And I'm like, you didn't get a universe, because it was going across the screen for other people getting univeres, which are like $500
I'm like thanking
tips.
these people for these like universes.
And they weren't
I don't
even
know what I
yours.
mean.
They
Yeah.
were not your people.
Thank you for that universe that somebody else got. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and I think they're like $500. And I was just like, no, you didn't get $500.
I have no idea what it meant.
It was very funny, but they tell you across the screen, I guess, to just make you feel like inadequate. Like, because it's scrolling across the screen or across the screen at the top.
Yeah.
So-and-so sent a universe.
Yeah.
So-and-so got a universe.
I always tell people, though, be leery, because our mom thinks a lot of the things on there are true. And we're like, Mom, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. And I'll tell you an example of that is today. There's another TikTok guy that I watched that does a lot of crime updates. And someone put an update that they actually put his update as their post. So you assume that it's him. It's not even him. It's his update but it was on the Sebastian Rogers case and all this new information. And it was from a year ago.
Oh, yeah. I've seen people do that.
And so you have to really pay attention because there's a lot of people that will just like that might say, hey, let's share all of Mr. E's videos. And they have their name on there, but they share his video in its entirety and maybe add some information on there or whatever. But I found that today and I was like, is there something new about the Sebastian Rogers case? And it was dated the 13th of August. And I'm like, what's going on? And it was from a year ago about the Cajun Navy. Being asked to step down, and not search. And I was like, what? And I was like,
right.
It was very confusing. So you have to really be careful when you're watching TikTok, because make sure you're watching the people you mean to be watching. There's a lot of fake stuff out there.
Did you want to talk about this at all? Or
I mean,
I know you weren't planning on it.
I wasn't planning on it. I had looked at it a few days ago, just kind of it came across it. Off the top of my head, I don't remember all the details, except that this young man was lured to a park and someone shot him to death. And so all of these teenagers that played any part in him being lured there, they're being charged, like not just as accessories.
I was trying to find their
They're
pictures.
being charged. They're being charged with the crime. So it's interesting. Supposedly this is sort of
there's Murdaugh.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to make all that stick though with these 9 kids, because they're trying to apply a law in such a way that's sort of not been done before there, where like how if you're the getaway driver, you're charged as the getaway driver or whatever. Except right. So, but if somebody dies inside the store, you are also charged with the crime of murder because you were part of a.
It's kind of like Austin Drummond with the accessory and assisting him. We know people got arrested almost immediately after that because they were considered accessory to after the fact. So, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. Except
they're not being charged with accessory; they're being charged with the same crime that the shooter is.
Oh wow!
So it's and they're teenagers. So I don't know if that's all gonna stick or not. And what they knew, I mean, they knew he was being lured there. They knew there might be violence. They knew that he had a weapon, but did they know, that's a big, there might be, I don't know, charging them with that crime, depending on the person and their involvement. Nine teenagers, it seems, I mean, obviously the shooter, he's got to pay his price, and he was, but I've got some, I don't know, I've got some misgivings about the severity of what they're being charged with myself.
Well, Taipei says, I mean, if you're,
If you
lure them and knew it would happen, I'm not mad at it.
I don't know that they knew that would happen, though. Did they know that would happen?
I guess it'll come out, right?
Yeah, it should come out in the way that they testify and what they plead to.
On its face, and we'll see when things come out in court or whatever. Maybe all 9 of them knew. I find it difficult to believe that 9 teenagers would all be involved in a conspiracy, knowing that this teenage boy was going to be murdered when they brought him to the park.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there'd be a fight. Maybe they'd put a scare into him. Maybe they thought things of that.
Right.
Just common sense. It's difficult for me to believe that 9 teenagers would all agree and know that that's what was going to happen and take part in it. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's the way it happened, but I suspect it's more like, I'm going to scare him. I'm going to talk to, I'm going to kick his air, whatever, that kind of thing. But maybe we'll see. Maybe they all knew. Maybe they're going to have text revealed and everything and communications, and they'll all say, we were going to take him out. All 9 of us were planning, maybe it's that way, but
I do think there, and I think somebody just said something about that, but I think there are a lot of group things like gang type behaviors with kids nowadays, where they kind of target or gang up together to conspire against people. I think you see it more and more. Lisa said group hate, and I think there are circumstances of that.
Yeah, I mean, you'll see people that mobs. We see it all the time out on the street where you'll see 20 people curb stop a person.
The Cincinnati thing, we didn't cover it, but the lady that got beaten brutally in Cincinnati. I mean, it's a wonder she lived. And I mean, it was kind of like a mob mentality. They all started beating her up.
Mm-hmm.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Well, and I agree with Real Me Too here, though. If you're aware there's a weapon involved in the commission of the crime, then you're just as responsible. But I agree with you, Mr. E. I think it should be on an individual basis. But if they knew that someone was bringing a weapon to lure this kid, they have some level of responsibility.
I agree with that. And I agree there should be responsibility and prison time and all of that. I just think charging them with the exact same charge that the shooter gets, to me, it's not an equal crime in my mind. And I also lean toward, if I think that people are rehabilitatable, I want that opportunity. I don't want people to have their entire lives thrown away if they can still be productive people in society. And serve the times, due punishment, accessory, of course, all that, but a life sentence, because
I
16
get it.
years old, you make a dumb decision, you get a dumb
or
text,
you don't speak up.
You don't speak up. You
I know
go with
I also have an issue with the ages and when they try kids as an adult. I think there's some 16, 17-year-olds that need to be tried as adults because I think it depends on the crime and the way it was perpetrated. But I think there's a lot of kids that are not really kids. They've been kind of raised on the streets. They're pretty street smart. They know the ramifications of their actions, but yet they choose a life of crime or whatever. And that
it's just
it's a big topic right now.
I know it's apples and oranges. There's this mom's story in Nashville that I've been following, and her name's escaping me. I could find it if I need to, but it might ring a bell with some of you. But I was reading about it a week ago, and her daughter had been. They ruled her death a suicide. The mom was like, I don't buy it. She pushed and pushed and pushed. Ended up getting a confession from the husband that he strangled her in the shower during an argument, made it look like a suicide. He gets 2 years in prison. 2 years. He's getting out like this summer or in a few months. 2 years, and he with his bare hand strangles a woman. But so he gets out, but a kid that kind of goes with the flow, life in prison. And there's an unequal. Our whole system
Their justice system.
is not weighed the right way. It's just.
Well, we were talking about this with the speaking of people who don't ever need to see the light of day again, is the people in Alabama in the bunker. We were talking about this, about the laws. So if you hurt a child under the age of 7, you get these charges. And if you hurt a child over the age of 7, you get these charges. Right. And we had a big discussion
you
about
bind
this.
and torture a 7-year-old somehow not the same as if they're 6. And these people probably won't spend the rest of their life in prison if we're
being honest.
Well, in Florida,
and they should.
Any SA of a child under the age of 12 can receive the death penalty. It is a new Florida law that they can receive the DP for an SA on a child 12 or under.
I know a lot of people are disagreeing with me here. That's okay. Well, it's just a way I generally, if we can rehabilitate people, punishment, and then try to give people a second chance if possible. There are certain situations I just think it's over, throw away the key. And that's you put people in bunkers. You strangled your wife with your bare hands. You don't get 2 years.
Right.
That's ludicrous.
Like Lisa said, and I think this is what you mean. You don't want them to turn into a Drummond, allegedly.
Right. And if Drummond had been tried from his court stuff, those 4 people would be alive. If he had, you know what I mean? If he had been tried and gone and kept in prison, those 4 people would be alive too.
But he was a very, very young offender, and he went through the system and was incarcerated, and actually got worse and worse and worse as he got through the system, and had charges pending in prison, but he was still let out because he had done his sentence. Well, and yet here he is again. He goes out, he unalives 4 people, and now he's back in jail for the rest of his life. And that all could have been avoided had the justice system moved swiftly to get him tried before he was let out again.
Yeah,
it's just sad. And Serenity said there is a teen out here in Washington that unalived his parents and 3 siblings. One survived by pretending to be dead. He has not gone to trial yet. Wow. And thank you so much for the super chat. That's wow.
I met a family the other day that's how they, the husband, the father of the family I had met, that's how he survived an attempted murder. He had been stabbed 27 times and faked death, and that's how he survived.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know that story there. I hadn't heard that one yet. Do you want to do the Roblox, or do you want to talk about because I about the 9 teens, or was there anything?
No, I was just trying to talk about something. I didn't want to step on anything you were going to talk about, and I knew you weren't going to talk about that. I just found it fascinating. I think it's something we should watch. And also, Serenity, thank you so much for the support. You were so supportive last night, and you've been so supportive today. We appreciate you so much.
We do appreciate it. And I'll look into that story too.
And she was supportive on TikTok too. She was one of the ones messing with you.
One of the 10 people that came and joined us on the first TikTok live. Yeah.
Okay. This really upset me, guys.
Yeah. So this is a Mrs. E request, because the online predator issue is
a big deal to me.
It gets under Mrs. E's skin. So it looks like some people are trying to take some action. So you may have heard this yesterday. It came out of Louisiana that their top prosecutor is suing Roblox. They announced that on Thursday, and it's for their alleged failure to implement strong safety protocols for children, and has made it the, quote, perfect place for the P words. Mm-hmm. The Attorney General, her name is General Liz Murrell, out of the 21st Judicial District. And Roblox is a California-based company. They're being allegedly accused of recklessly designing a platform with no age verification process, allowing Roblox tens of millions of users to easily create accounts with fake birthdays. Adults can pose as children, according to the suit, and kids can bypass controls meant for users under 13. Launched in 2006, and I'm reading this part from NBC News. Launched in 2006, Roblox has a sprawling catalog of games and experiences, many of which are designed by users and include real-time messaging. According to the company's 2024-25 annual report, 20% of the platform's 82 million active users were under age 9.
Wow.
Right.
It's a lot of young babies out there playing that game.
Yeah.
And
There is some bad stuff that I have seen come through Roblox
Mhm.
that people have shared out there. So these experience, if you don't know what Roblox is, it's almost like a Minecraft kind of game from what I can tell. You can kind of create your own worlds with blocks and whatever.
No.
So, right?
No, Roblox is a bunch of different games. You go into different servers and play games.
But people create the games within the game.
Yes.
So like you can make a castle or whatever, and people go in and play the experience, right?
No, you just go and pick games. Like, Doors. You've heard of Doors.
Well, who makes the games?
Roblox.
Companies, people.
People do.
Roblox
People make them, but it's not like a Minecraft where you go in and you create it's like you do it offline and then you submit your game and people, if it's popular, people make money on it, on the games.
Right.
Okay,
Here's
what the definition. Roblox is an online platform and game creation system where people can play games made by other users and create their own games using Roblox Studio, a built-in game development tool. It says, think of it as a massive virtual playground where millions of different games called experiences are available, covering every genre you can imagine, such as obstacle courses, role-playing worlds, simulators, battle arenas, and more. So but actually you're both saying what it is. You're both right. It's just that, and the creators, the kids can create their own games. People can play their games.
Here's some examples of the ones that have been created that are troublesome. Escape to Epstein Island, Diddy Party, and Public Bathroom Simulator Vibe.
Yeah.
So
bad stuff.
If you're going to allow children on there, though, they should not allow children. You know what I mean? They shouldn't allow things like that.
But people can lie about their age. Kids they can lie about their age on their profile.
Okay, I'm sorry. The Epstein Island game. Roblox should have never allowed that.
No, and anything that children can access should not allow anything like that.
And another thing, I'm sorry, I'm going to say what All I Need is saying. She said Maddie Soto's teacher used Roblox as his playground to find victims. So
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
And she's right. She's right. She is right. And I will tell you, there has been a kid on there who's probably like 18, 20 years old, who's been working really hard to get the predators off of there. And this all started, and I cannot think of his name at the moment, but this all started, he got a cease and desist from Roblox. And
I've seen that.
All he was doing was trying to get rid of predators and get them arrested.
And he had been successful in
six times successful getting predators off of Roblox and getting them arrested for trying to groom children. And Roblox sent him a cease and desist
and told him he had to go off there.
Yes.
And
so what does that tell you?
Mm-hmm.
That tells me that Roblox,
that's how they make their money, I would say.
Well, what it makes me think is maybe they're nefarious themselves as a company. I don't know. I mean, why would you want to remove anybody who's helping your platform stay safe?
I mean, of all the actions you could take,
right?
Because just in general, a platform that large, there's all kinds of issues they're having, legal issues all the time, and that's the guy they decide they need to have the lawyer send a letter
cease and desist to. It's crazy.
It is. It's outrageous. So Roblox has been a problem for years. We've heard several arrests, and they're, and to me, if you can't police yourself, then there just comes a point where we have to step in and just shut you down,
right?
And until you comply and you clean up your own mess. So they've got an opportunity, clean it up, or start losing the lawsuits.
Well, I hope they lose.
I think they're going to lose.
Well, and they make so much money because they sell Robux, and then they can buy things in the games. They can, and
I know
the game creators can actually make a little bit of residual money as well.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they make money, and it's just crazy because anything that's got social play and role playing, those are all things you really need to watch with your kids. And people think, oh, my kid's just playing a game. It is not like that at all. You really have to monitor what your kids are
And-
allowed to play.
Lisa's saying, just try to convince some parents the excuses. My child will never be a target. That stuff doesn't really happen. I kid you not. Well, yes. I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, they just kind of disregard it. I'm like, no.
You don't know how many of these missing teen stories have been they met somebody on a game like that. and
Angel
developed a-
Turner was on Roblox.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these stories are like that,
So
and you just
And Ty Luck said they've had years to clean it up, but have
Exactly.
chosen not to. Yes, because it makes them more money. It's all about the money, and I think it's nefarious.
I thought Ty Bay was a member. I thought you were a member, Ty Bay.
They actually mentioned it earlier. They said, "Hey, what happened to my membership?"
I don't know.
I don't know either.
That's weird.
We had some people last night that had some issues with membership and had to go in and check their payment, or they had frozen their account, to make sure some fraud wasn't happening, things like that. So just go back and check if you think you were supposed to be a member and you're not.
Yeah, that's true. Roblox could be afraid of a lawsuit for like discriminating, but I mean, I would think if you're a child predator, it's okay to discriminate.
Yes.
Ty
Bay said, now I'm a redheaded stepchild.
Oh, you're
Still love
not.
you.
You are not. So those fire me up, guys, because I want to keep children safe. I really.
All right, right, Lisa. Follow the money. You're right.
Yep. Well, that's always the answer, right? We always say that.
Yep.
When we're doing critical thinking stuff with the kids, especially with middle E, we'll say, okay, now follow the money.
It's kind of like when we were talking the other day about last week. I think we were talking about CPS and the failures and how it happens over and over and over. And there comes a point where it's not a failure; it's designed to fail. And that's kind of what Roblox is. It's designed to allow that. There must be money in it, and they'd rather continue to get the traffic and the money than deal with the problem, because it comes down to money. So they don't. But thank you, Nicole, or all I need to use is True Crime and Coffee for the gifted membership.
Thank
we
you,
appreciate
dear.
you doing that.
That's very sweet of you. I really appreciate it.
That's a good question, Rob. Rob said, "Is that the same company that makes Roblox candy?"
I think they've expanded out. They're. Let's see what Roblox is worth.
Oh, I bet a lot.
See if they make the candy.
All the kids are into the Roblox.
80 billion.
Yeah.
80 billion.
Take $1 billion of that and clean up your company.
80.28 billion. Let's see if they do the candy. I'm going to bet they do. I don't see Roblox candy.
I think it's spelled differently. I don't think Perfectly Imperfect Boy's mom said the world loses morals and common decency more and more each day. They do. And I don't know. I've seen a return to some more conservative values, I think, in the last year. But I mean, there's a lot of cleaning up that still needs to be done with society and crime and everything else. It's crazy what people think is acceptable and okay.
Well, yeah, it's the way people carry themselves too. It
But
seems there's no limits.
Well, and they don't respect themselves, and they don't show that.
It's funny because we were talking about this the other day. There was a meme about showing the women in the 50s or 60s, and then showing the women today.
Yeah,
and I was like, dang, I want to start dressing like that again. They look so sharp. They look so sharp.
Like, when does that start to come back?
Yeah.
It is a little bit in a way.
And the whole work from home thing,
It's made it worse.
It made it much worse. The only time you'll see people dress up if they work from home is if they have to have a Zoom call or something and they've got shorts and flip flops on the bottom, and then the top, they've got their suit with a coat and tie that they take off as soon as their Zoom call's over or whatever. But I think it's made people so casual to the point that they just don't look for reasons to look really polished and nice. And
it's like
bad.
me. Yeah, it's like me. I've got a bathing suit bottom on. I'm just kidding. No, I don't. Just kidding. All right. Sorry. We'll let you keep going, sir.
All right.
He's just letting us chat it up.
Just letting you go. I've been working a source, and I've got a leaked picture from Kohberger.
Oh, I've got the whole video.
I've got it right here. I've got a still right here available.
What?
There's Brian.
You're not
Kohberger.
working a sword.
Oh, good
So-
grief.
No, it's
What is? Who
Actually,
is that?
it's just an image I found that I thought it was appropriate for this story. So, according
Working a
to
source.
just a little joke. So, according to E News, their headline is Idaho murderer Brian Kohberger complains of taunting by prison inmates. So, it's not going well for Kohberger, reportedly. And we had kind of thought this might go one of two ways for him. I know some people were theorizing that he either would be viewed kind of like as a you know, kind of like having street cred because of what he did, or his oddness and his peculiar nature, he would be a target. And it looks like it's going that way. So he's been apparently complaining about being taunted while incarcerated. He is in solitary confinement, and there have been some leaks. There's not a lot that the prison can actually do about his complaints because he's just being taunted. And they're like, well, as long as your life is not in danger, there's really nothing for us to do. You can basically write a note and submit it. And Chris McDonough has some quotes on this. He apparently has some insider sources there. And he did an interview where he said that, end quote, when he got there, they are now making his life absolutely miserable. They're utilizing the vent system. They're kicking the doors. They're taunting him. They're basically torturing him through using psychology. And McDonough also told Ashley Banfield that he's been complaining about the behavior. He added, the guards at this point, most they can do is write it down and tell him, hey, there's nothing we can do. You're not in any physical harm. And so, of course, he is in prison now for that quadruple murder. Oh, okay. You wanted to pull up this video. So where did this come from?
Let's first thank Elizabeth Meyer for the super sticker. Thank you so much.
Elizabeth.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth.
That's
It is
awesome.
a super sticker. Thank you.
Let me see it. It's an avocado dancing with a cane and a top hat, and it says, "You are amazing," and you are amazing, Elizabeth. Thank you so much. She's also been a member for over 12 months.
Very
Awesome.
sweet.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, that is so sweet.
Very nice. We
See,
appreciate
it's got the new name, so I bet you Elizabeth has a different name.
Oh, yeah. So what's the name we know you by?
Right. Thank you so much. You just made my day. Thank you.
Exactly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, I'll play this video. Is a leaked security video of him in his solitary confinement cell, and I will play it. I don't think there's any sound that goes along with it, but oh, there is sound. It actually, I'm going to mute it because we don't really need to. Yeah, I'm going to mute that because there's some music in the background. I mean, who just stands in there and just walks around? I mean, look at it. You can just tell he's just like listening.
It's like, what do I do now? Man.
And like I said, it's if you follow Brian Enton, he on X is where I saw he had a YouTube video that went over some of the testimony and stuff that's been released since the plea and all that stuff. And it was, wow, it was pretty interesting. It was a lot. It was about what the surviving girl, what she said happened, what she saw. And then also, I mean, there were so many people that had already complained about him prior at the university, women that were creeped out by him. He had issues with the teachers and people in authority above him that were female. They felt intimidated by him. Like he just would behave oddly. Just lots of really, I found that really intriguing. But even one guy said, if we ever let this guy get his degree, what was it? He said, if we let this guy get his degree, we'll see him on TV one day. That they thought he was going to be the kind of person that would be convicted of something. They felt like he was super weird, and he really focused a lot on one of the cases that he followed extensively was the Murdaugh trial. He was really into that trial. He also looked at how victims viewed their the people that did harm against them, how the victims viewed them, that were survivors, and he focused a lot on the criminals themselves and their behaviors. So I thought that was pretty weird. So if you haven't watched him, it was a really good video.
Sorry,
I apologize. I got to do a little work here for just a couple of minutes.
No problem. I'm gonna blow this up. But anyway, I just thought it was a really interesting video that was leaked. Not sure how one was.
Can we watch it again because I was distracted.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was weird that it got leaked so quickly that there was footage of him in his cell. But I was looking, they've got the toilet sink combo thing.
It looks pretty clean.
Yeah, I noticed his clothes. He didn't have on the orange jumpsuit. He had on the track pants, tennis shoes, and a t-shirt. You could see his flip-flops over there to the side. Looks like he had a couple pairs of shoes. Looks like he has cups of water. But he just was standing around. And there was music playing in the background. You could hear music playing in the background. I don't think it was coming from his cell. You could see his bed at the corner of it with a blanket on it.
Yeah, Sarah says, look how red his hands are. Must be from washing them all the time.
They said that was something else that I heard. He would go through 4. He'd already gone through like 4 bars of soap. He washed them incessantly. Like he had been going through soap like crazy.
Elizabeth, it's the same name.
Okay, great.
Well, it's so strange because I just don't. I mean, I recognize your picture, but I didn't
remember it having the Elizabeth Meyer 710.
7107. Yeah. That's what. But thank you so much. And we appreciate and value you so much. That you're sweet. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And thank you for 12 months.
Yes, Pam, that was something else that was revealed. There were 9 students and teachers' assistants complained in a 3-month span of time that he was at the university. 9 students and TAs had issued complaints, and it had gone to higher ups, and nothing really had been done, which I thought was interesting.
How many times? Everything we talk about, and nothing was done. It's like
it's like boom, 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 and nothing was done.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
We need to. I know that would make the "and nothing was done" segment.
I hadn't heard this, but I'm sorry. You wanted to say hello to Panda Bear's mom. Thank you so much.
Yes, thanks for all you do. We appreciate you, Panda Bear's mom, and of course, she's got the Devlin Tate missing person poster there.
Thank you, Panda Bear.
Thank you.
And what I was going to say is Real Me Too said Stephen Stearns is also complaining just days into being in prison.
I mean, they're going to let him hear it on Yelp, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
They're going to just. So I know people are a little bit fatigued on the Kohberger story, and people are there's a point at which people do want to move on, and there's not really going to be a whole lot more to talk about with him to me, but I do appreciate seeing people get justice.
Well, I was going to say I can watch him being tortured any day.
I could watch him.
Another thing I heard,
not sure what to do with himself. I mean,
another thing that Brian had mentioned was they interviewed the person where he was put initially in the jail he was put in, and the guy said he was obsessed with watching the broadcasts of them talking about him being arrested. He was like, "Oh, look, I'm on this channel. I'm on this channel. I'm on that channel," and it was so frequent that there was a point though where he quit watching it. But he was so obsessed that that they were talking about him again. He said, "They're talking about me again on blah 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 channel." Wow.
Well, then, and actually, that tells you a lot, actually. And yeah, and Wowzer says because justice wasn't served completely.
Exactly.
No, it wasn't.
And Elizabeth cleared it up for us. She hadn't been on in a while, and she just finished moving. It was very stressful. Well, we understand that. And she moved states not that long. Well, it feels like
it feels like not long ago. But moving is a project. Whew.
I do hate moving.
I hope
it is a pain.
I hope it's gotten better for you. And Nicole, 100%.
She says Stephen Stearns needs to sit all the way down after the years of crap he put Maddie through.
Yeah, and whatever comes to him, it won't be enough.
Yeah,
the torture that he will not be enough for what he did.
Maybe that's a way the government can make money is just live stream these people in their cells.
Pay for the prisons through that.
Pay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well,
You know, though, but when you've got somebody like a Kohberger who apparently wants
that
and
reminds me of
enjoys
something.
the attention, should we be giving him
Right.
more unnecessary?
It should be the opposite.
attention. So really, at this point, my preference would be, let's just forget he ever
Act like
existed.
they don't speak their names.
You know, unless there's something really wrong. I mean, the story though about those 9 people, you can learn from things, and
right.
ignoring warning flags from 9 people on your campus. You know, this is how we get here.
Well, and well, you know what? I didn't think it all the way through when I said it just now, that maybe we should live stream them all the time. But actually, it's quite the opposite, because they want to be known. I think Kohberger especially.
Well, I think he especially did. Stephen Stearns, I don't think he probably wanted to be known. I don't think he did what he did. He's a deviant. He's a deviant, and you know he was a criminal deviant person, and I don't think he wanted to be known at all. But somebody like Kohberger, he was obsessed with what he had planned out. I mean, he had been planning this, and he really truly thought he was smarter than everyone else, that nobody would be able to figure it out. And the idiot left the sheath laying right there. I mean, he got caught up in the moment, and he even screwed up what he thought was going to be the perfect crime.
Right.
I bet that nags at him in a huge way.
That's why it was so great.
Mhm.
That's why it was so great when it was brought up in court.
Oh, well, just when the sister, she just totally, you know, dressed him down completely. And I hope that her words just ring in his head night after night for the rest of
Oh,
his
well, you know they do.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what's weird is after I said that, I realized how mortified I was the other day when Middle E told me that there's a whole thing where prisoners do TikToks now.
I know, because they all get their phones.
They get their phones, and during their phone time, they do TikToks and have TikTok channels. So that
he had a word for it too. It's
there's
called jail
talk
talk or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's something crazy.
Ridiculous. But they're probably monetized and making money.
Yes.
On their TikTok accounts while they're in jail.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
It's ludicrous.
That's what I was saying. No, you don't get cell phones. You don't get cell phones.
But they do. They do.
Sorry.
I did.
Moving forward.
Wow said, I wonder if he's eating. I heard that he had issues with the food, but you know, he's going to starve to death if he doesn't eat. I don't even know if they are required, if they're like vegan or something, if they have to, you know, meet their food accommodations. I don't know. I would think they would have to deal with food allergies, but they wouldn't necessarily deal with like being a vegan or whatever.
I'd be starving.
So I want to do an update on this story. Of course, we've been following the Austin Drummond case pretty closely. This was the quadruple homicide that happened out in West Tennessee. And there was some not confusion. It was just kind of unclear what had happened in court as far as about him requesting or not, or who is requesting to have this protective order drop. So this is a pretty good reporting here by this gentleman that I've got. This is Fox 13. So I'm just going to let him speak in his own words because he talked directly to the prosecutor.
A lot going on in court this morning. First off, Austin Drummond, the man accused in this mass murder, he wanted to know about a speedy trial. It's something that he asked about in his last hearing. He wanted to know again today about that. I asked the DA, Danny Gutman, why he thought Drummond asked about that. He says he does not know, but doubtfully it's something that he cares about greatly because, like I said, he's asked about it twice. Also, Drummond wanted to know whether or not he could communicate with his girlfriend, Caitlin Speed. Of course, Caitlin Speed being the sister of one of the victims. For now, the judge says they're going to keep a restraining order in place that Drummond is not to communicate with his girlfriend. I asked Danny Gutman, the DA, about that. He says that he's not sure that Caitlin Speed, the girlfriend, wants to communicate with Drummond, the suspect. I asked, well, when did this fall apart? Were they on bad terms all along? He says, no, it was right after the murders happened.
Well, yeah.
So, a lot of questions still in this case. We do know that next will be a preliminary hearing for Austin Drummond. Also appearing in court were all of the people who are charged with, the DA says, helping him after the fact, after the murders happened.
So before I go on with this, just want to So what was unclear was it the girlfriend
Caitlin, yeah, Caitlin
wanting this dropped,
requesting
or
it.
was it him? We also didn't know if they were broken up, if she's involved.
And it had not been confirmed till recently that she was girlfriend versus wife.
Right. So we weren't quite sure what Austin's current relationship was up until the day that he took the lives of her 4 family members.
Mm-hmm.
And at least what she's telling people is that they were together up till that day. And of course, after this act, she's done with him.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of answers that question. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But that's at least the position that she is relaying to the DA. And for now, they seem to believe that story. Because we just weren't sure if she was involved.
Right.
Because, she's been quiet.
Well, and they had a falling out after.
Right.
You think?
I mean, how do you know? Yeah. Like over what? Right. I know.
Real quick. Taibei, this is a great idea. I don't know what creator's doing this. One creator won't even say Kohberger's name. He calls him by his inmate number.
Yes.
I love that.
That is, I believe that's Jennifer Coffindaffer. She has his number and she calls him by the number now.
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's great. Maybe we should do that with all these guys.
Yeah. I mean, they don't actually deserve anyone's respect. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to me, it's just,
and we were told they were broken up, but apparently not.
Well, I mean, this is what I think.
Well, if they were okay until the unalivings happened.
That's what she's telling. So we don't know. We don't. That's just the story being told. But that's where we are right now. Yeah.
Elizabeth, I think. Did you see the Brian Enton interview with Kohberger's?
Yeah, I responded. I told her I
Okay.
would send it to you guys because you all will really enjoy listening to it. It's got a lot of information in it, and it's about an hour long. But I did it on 1.5 speed and got through it pretty quick. But it was really interesting, especially the complaints from the university people.
Jana says, Jana 24 says Chris started the inmate number thing. Well,
McDonough did.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. Always skeptical. Will Drummond get a change of venue? I think it's possible.
My problem with an inmate number, I'd have to have a post-it here with the number.
I know.
I just forget the number. I'll be like 1-8. What is it?
Yeah, a lot of people were just using the last 3. I saw that too.
Yeah.
I know, Elizabeth, that was the thing that stood out to me, is that the professor said that he was so creepy and his behaviors were so odd in the way he talked about crimes and stuff that was the thing. She said he already knew how he was going to turn out. And I'm like, oh, why wouldn't somebody doing something? Why didn't somebody
keep trying
get
to
him out of the program, get him out of the school? He didn't need to be in that program. He was thriving in it. He was just relishing in all that information about crimes and crime scenes. And
There's the other part of this report this guy has is that he is pushing for the speedy trial yet a second time, and why.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I'm glad
that's a
someone
question.
really brought that out, because that really, I was perplexed by that the first time, because you just don't typically hear them say that. So somebody's told him to do that.
Yeah, just and the DA doesn't seem to know what the strategy is there either, but there's some reason.
Maybe worried more charges will get filed. More things will come out.
He just wants to get back to his life of Doritos, maybe.
Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch Doritos and Pop-Tarts.
Taibei, it's okay to say other creators' names in chat as long as it's not in a derogatory way. We don't like to talk badly about anybody. If it's in a positive light, that's fine.
Yes.
And another thing, we don't enjoy when people come in and say, so-and-so's live,
right now.
right now. Other than that, you're good to go.
Yeah.
As long as you're not saying anything mean, we're good.
But yeah, I'm of course, good people. We always want to try to recommend.
I mean, we're members of a lot of these channels ourselves. Chris McDonough.
But I know everybody's kind of got different stuff on the mentioning creators.
Yeah, and I know it can be confusing.
Yeah,
right?
but just for us, we don't mind that as long as we're neutral or positive.
Right.
We just don't want to get into drama.
Right. We don't say bad things about people.
So I'm going to see if there's a little bit more to this report, because this guy had a pretty good connection there.
We do know also that Drummond is being held in Obion County, but he was brought to the jail here in Lake County. And then he did a Zoom. So we have not seen him in person inside the courtroom, but Fox 13 was the only station to get them bringing Drummond out of the jail today. He's headed back to Obion County in Lake County. Daniel.
Okay, so that's Daniel Wilkerson. Nice work there. Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll tell you, these guys are they out of Memphis?
Yeah,
These guys all dress very nice.
I knew you were going to say that because they're all like wearing the jackets and everything for the news,
Well,
and they're
I
out in
mean,
the blazing hot Memphis sun. There,
if you look at Nashville news, it's not. You don't see that as much. I'm just saying.
I know.
Whoever runs that
It's like,
station,
It's
that
probably-
the casualness. That's what we're saying. You know, the casualness is kind of creeped into lots of different professions, and I appreciate that too. I like to see that professionalism, and
I do too. That's what we're talking about.
You want to do deathbed confession?
Okay. Sorry, Lisa.
I am on a time limit. I've got about 15-20 minutes max.
Okay,
And then
let's do it.
Let's finish up our 2 segments in.
Okay.
I got one other story I want to do if we can.
Real Me Too. I will text it to you right now.
All right. So this week's deathbed confession. Ooh, I got an echo. Okay, I think we're fixed. So this one is not exactly a deathbed confession, but this is a quote from a lady. She says, "My mom was raised in Kentucky, where miners and coal operators were involved in conflicts from the 1930s onward. One time, she told me about an older man who had worked for the coal company back in the day and had presumably done bad things on their behalf. Car bombings, shootings, and things of that nature. Years later, as he lay dying in his hospital bed, the coal company had someone sit in his room for 24 hours to be sure he did not make any deathbed confessions. Creepy as hell, I always thought."
Wow.
So that is kind of
Oh,
interesting.
that
Somebody
is weird.
preventing the deathbed confession in the coal industry.
What could he have possibly known?
I don't know. They said he was involved in car bombing, shootings, and things of that nature with all these coal conflicts back in those days. Of course, a lot of money in coal, so you could expect that some criminal activity would go,
Well, when we were little, a friend of our family was involved in one of those. Do you remember, Auntie?
Not coal.
No, involved in a bombing.
Oh yes. His legs were blown off.
Mm-hmm. So
Yes.
I forgot what industry he was in, though. Wasn't he in coal?
It was in gas.
Oh, okay.
So that
Gas
one didn't
and
make
oil.
you too sad, did it?
No,
That
not at
one,
all.
So it's kind of a
That's
little
fine.
different.
I think the famous ones would be more fun, too.
All right, I'll find different.
Are there
types.
any famous? We'll have to look up some more because it's hard. I think there's some that might be lurid or like I have a whole nother family and that things like
there's
that.
lots of those.
Yeah.
There's lots of those. So this woman here, I don't know if either of you heard this story, but this is incredible. So this is out of Queen Anne's County, and
Yes.
you heard the story?
I remember the picture. I don't remember the story now.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
here-
remember the picture.
There's one picture of her, and here's her mugshot. Also, just ridiculous too for some reason.
That's her mugshot?
That's what they said. That's what
Looks
they-
like an Instagram photo.
I know. So that someone labeled this the mugshot, so maybe it's not. Yeah, it might be a mistake. I don't know. If it is, it's like, why are we doing such casual mugshots? But I don't know. We'll see. That may have been a mislabel. But this woman's name. Well, I'll just start with the story. So the woman picture here is Alexandra K. Dawson. She's 28 years old. And what happened is a grandmother was at like one of those 4-H county fairs and had one of the grandbabies in her arms.
Okay.
And they're like at the little petting zoo area. And she feels someone pulling the baby away from her arms. And it's this woman. And as she's trying to leave, like she throws like a hat on top of the baby's.
It's a boy.
The boy's head, and fortunately some bystander saw what was going on and not only rescued the baby from of course the grandmother tried to fight her off, but she's, I don't know, whatever age she was, unable to do so, and this bystander steps in and rips the baby away from the kidnapper, and also manages to grab a hold of this woman, Alexandra K. Dawson. And we say all the time with these stranger abduction scenarios that it's really rare. Most of them are actually people have a connection to. It's a neighbor, it's a family member, that kind of thing. This is not. This is a total stranger.
It was at a county fair, right?
At a county fair, no connection to the family at all. And just what her reason or motive was, we have no idea at this point. But thank God for that person that stepped in and grabbed that baby and the woman, because she could have just slipped off and maybe never been caught. But she was being charged, of course, with the let's see what it is.
Where was this again?
Attempted kidnapping?
Queen Anne's County. I don't know what state that is.
Is that
Washington?
Okay.
And the sheriff deputies apparently were there pretty quickly. This part of the information I'm getting from ABC 7 News. I guess they're out of Washington, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
And she's facing a kidnapping of a child under 16 years old, second-degree assault, and disorderly conduct. And she's got a criminal record. She was on probation for the last 18 months for endangerment of another individual, but it's not clear about what that was. And otherwise,
this is what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, she obviously had some nefarious thoughts with this child. So
why?
But what I mean is that she needs to go away forever. I mean,
right.
And she'll probably get out.
She'll probably get a fine and some community service.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
It
needs
to
be
be
Florida.
Steal people's children.
It needs to be like Florida.
Did you see her shirt, Mrs. E?
No. What's it say?
I just thought it had some symbolism to it.
Let me look. Oh. Has it got the pedo symbols?
Yeah, it's the same shirt.
Has it got the pedo symbols? Go back to the other one.
Yeah. I mean, I can't see it, all of it, but it's got some symbolism.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ew.
So she also, she was with 3 other individuals who were detained but not charged. So it's not clear if they're going to have any role in this either. But anything shy of life in prison's an injustice when you try to steal someone's child.
Mm-hmm.
That's kidnapping
well, my thing is you just don't mess with kids. You don't mess with kids.
And I haven't looked at the charge or whatever, but in the second degree. Well, what's the first degree? Why isn't this first degree? Because the worst.
Why is there even degrees? You either try to take a child and it's attempted or it's not.
I don't know. Yeah. So
I don't want to, change our topic, but there has been a big explosion in the Upper East Side in Manhattan.
Oh no!
Just a few minutes ago.
Oh, good grief.
Well, let's see what that is.
What's Volcom? Wow.
You said Upper East Side?
Yeah, I just got a message.
It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the
I don't know what Volcom
the surfwear. I think Volcom might be surfwear.
Can you tell that story about your son real quick? I love that story.
I can't say the words. Can
you
I?
could say that word.
Okay.
I mean, it's a little crass, guys, but it's a great story. I love it so much.
Well, when you go to Florida or when you go to the beach, they always have, how many of you can just kind of put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the salt life stickers and bumper stickers and things like that, or t-shirts that say Salt Life. You can kind of put a 1 in the chat if you've seen that and you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of got.
They're a little bit behind, so give them a second.
Yeah, it's kind of got this funky print, but it says Salt Life, and it's all.
I'll see if I can find it real quick while you're talking.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny story. Hi, blessings. Yeah. Okay. So the Salt Life logo. Well, my son,
Hold on. I want to put the logo on the screen for this.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm pulling up some random store.
It's a good thing my kids don't listen to the lives.
Oh, they don't care.
Yeah. They'd be totally embarrassed. But he that's the exact logo print that you see on bumper stickers, shirts, whatever. And he would didn't say anything. And one day we were at the beach, and I think we were actually getting ready to go home, and
He was young.
Yeah, I want to think he was like 9 or 10. I mean, he could read and
Oh,
stuff.
no, he was older than that.
I think he was 12.
Yeah, he was older than that.
I was thinking 10, 12, 9, 10. I don't know. He was younger, but he said, I just don't understand. I think we were in Panama City. It was the day before we get ready to go home. And he said, I just don't understand why everybody has that on their car. And I said, what are you talking about?
He was saying it was disgusting.
He
And
said, it's disgusting. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, everybody has it on their car. Can't you see it? Doesn't that bother you? And I'm like, no. And he said, Mom, he said, it says slut life. And I said, no, it doesn't, son. It says salt life, like the ocean. He goes, oh. But he was so offended and was so upset that everybody had that on their car. Every time we would go to the ocean, he would see it. And finally, he was like, he looked at it real close. He thought it said slut life, and it was salt life. So it was pretty
I
funny.
love that story.
It was one of his best stories as far as just, total innocence. It was totally offended, and it said salt and not slut. So. Yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing about YouTube is you can't say like red rum or the other word, the opposite. But you can say slut, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the F word or whatever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. She said, perfectly imperfect boys, Mom. That's great. A friend bought a used truck and it said slut life, but she thought it said salt life. Mom of 3. I hadn't even seen one that ever said anything but salt life. So that's hilarious.
Well, the ones in Florida, they tend to be like the real white ones. So I could see why he would get like that was there was a lot of contrast there.
Yeah, usually they're almost white lettering and it's real light. And he was seeing the S and the L and the T, and he was like, "Why?" He was just so offended. It was funny.
It's been a joke in our family for years.
I guess we better do our last segment.
He's checking out this.
Yeah, there's a weird connection. I think I'm trying to verify it.
Okay. Oh, on the explosion.
Yes,
So-
Real Me Too.
Is Real Me Too seeing this too?
No, she's saying YouTube has their priorities messed
kidding.
up. No
No
kidding.
kidding.
And Pam says the innocence of children. Everybody's kind of laughing at it. If you knew him, you would love it even more because he's just. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
Okay. What's
we still tease him about it, and
Okay.
he's 29, and we still tease him about it.
Okay, he looks perplexed over there. So,
I'm just trying to make sure I'm not falling for a hoax.
do you want me to come look? I love Cool Cougar. I love Cool Cougar. It's a great name.
And you said it was in Manhattan?
Yeah, I think there might be. I mean, there is an explosion. There's just a connection that I wanted to make sure it wasn't fake before I report it. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on that.
Okay.
So the
Yeah, the Upper East Side, East 95th Street and 2nd Avenue.
Okay. Real Me Too says it's real. The connection. Is it what?
whose residence it is.
Are you serious? Oh.
That
Well, okay.
someone's reporting of whose it was, a former residence, but I don't know that that's true. I can't prove it.
Okay, where are you seeing it? Let me check with the person that.
I'll text you the name.
Okay. It's their former resident.
Yeah.
This says it was an apartment building.
Most things are. Okay, you texted it to me?
I did. The name.
I got it.
Oh.
So someone's reporting that, but I don't know if they're
Yeah.
Well,
if it's real.
according to ChatGPT, it is 305 East 95th Street, Manhattan. A residential apartment building with 59 units owned by Javind 95th Street Apartments, LLC. The building was last sold February 28th, 2008 for $17.15 million. And The explosion and subsequent fire reportedly began on the roof and spread to 3 penthouses on the top floor. That would maybe be in.
I thought
You know.
that person had a townhome.
They have multiple.
But I could see like a penthouse suite.
I mistyped the address, so that might be the problem.
It's 305 East 95th Street.
Yeah, I just put in East 9th by accident. I just don't want to say something if it's clickbait fake.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All I need I can't say it when I look at her name, Nicole. All I need is coffee and true crime. Mrs. E, Mr. E, and Aunt E, did you hear about the guy who thought he was dying, so he confessed to having a whole nother family, then he didn't pass away, so he tried saying it was the hospital medication.
Oh, that's funny.
That is funny. Realme 2 says, I don't know about the truth of the residents.
Okay.
Just say it.
Cursory look, it's looking fake.
Oh, okay. Then don't do it.
So I don't want to do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So there is an explosion up there, however, and 100 fire and rescue people are on the scene. Let's see if they can find a picture of that too.
Hold on, I'm getting some stuff in.
Okay, so I'll here we go. So here's some video here.
You need to be quick on the TikTok.
Yeah, so not sure what happened there, but they've hopefully no one's hurt. Hopefully the building was empty and it's
Hard
Okay,
hard to
I'm
tell what,
getting,
you know.
but the information from my source is saying it is not what you think it is.
Okay.
That is clickbait.
Good.
Oh, and the first thing they're going to do is put out all this stuff saying that there's some kind of crazy connection.
Conspiracy, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to check it first before I said it.
Yeah, Rob says it's several blocks away from Trump Towers.
All right. So actually,
It says 3 firefighters sustained minor injuries, so it sounds like not too bad.
Oh, Jacqueline, I hope your daughter's my son and daughter work in Manhattan. I hope they're safe. It's on the Upper East Side. And she's out in Staten Island. So, well, pray for everybody's safety and that no one was hurt.
My friend's daughter goes to Columbia. She just got back last night.
and I hope everyone is safe there too. We have to get into it because I've got to go.
Okay.
So let's do our final segment. And
Final segment.
Our other job calls.
Yes.
So we'll get into our
I
final
have no
segment.
choice. I'd love to hang out, but I just have no choice.
All right.
Video to start and let the video speak for itself. So this is in Washington, D.C.
And this was my choice.
Yeah.
And it was the best this week. Oh, wow.
And if you're following kind of national news, Washington, D.C. is now federalized.
Mhm.
And so I don't know if this is a protest against that or whatever this is, but the man that is going to exercise the poor judgment here is wearing these shorts and that pinkish colored shirt. Oh, okay. So I got to go back further. All right.
Don't make me have to put this up.
Okay.
Look at the screen.
I can't. I have to go back.
He's not seeing it at all.
Oh.
Oh. Did it not? Was it not up?
Your thing is not
No,
up.
it was not up.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was up.
Mm-mm.
I may have to take mine down. It may be not share.
Sorry. I thought we were all watching it. Well, that does no good. Let me get back here and pause. Okay.
Yeah, we weren't seeing or hearing.
Sorry about that. Let's see if this works. All right. So here's our guy.
Sorry, Cinderella. Read this. Let me read this before I lose it.
Cinderella says, we are checking a mic system in our school. My niece just had ear surgery. Ward, check this ward. This is Ward. My 5-year-old niece yelled, "It's the Lord." Wow. That's
Sound check.
That is awesome. That is fantastic. So I mean, you can already see where this is going. The guy in the shorts with the pink shirt facing off with the police there.
No sound.
No sound.
I don't think it has sound.
Okay.
Okay. So he throws his Subway sandwich.
Yes, he's got a Subway sandwich that he throws at the officer, hitting him.
Here it is.
Here it is again.
Do you know what a foot-long Subway sandwich probably cost there? Probably almost $20. What
Yeah.
an idiot.
Yeah, the $5 foot-long days are over.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the guy with poor judgment. So here is the article. It's worse than that even, actually. So I'm going to read this from New York Post. A man who used a Subway sandwich to attack a federal agent on the streets of D.C. earlier this week has been charged with felony assault. The criminal case against Sean Charles Dunn, 37, was announced Wednesday by D.C. U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro, who said in a statement that the police are not out there to get pushed around or beat up. Dunn was allegedly captured on video Sunday night shouting that a group of federal officers were fascists before whipping his deli sandwich at them and striking a U.S. Customs and Border Protection agent in the chest. Because, nothing conquers the fascists
Like a
slapping
Subway.
them with a sandwich. That's how you conquer fascism. There's pictures that
We know where he works, for crying out loud.
All right, I'm going to share.
No spoilers.
Can I zoom in on this one? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You've got your trackpad now. Let's see. See,
It's not letting me do that. All right. No.
No.
All right. Oh boy. Okay, let me stop.
Yeah.
All right, so let me go find.
I thought you had a video of Judge Janine talking.
I could play that. I got to pull up the link again.
And then take off running. It's right, Rob. Exactly.
I mean, and then he wasn't even running hard. It's like he was just like, yeah. Like he's not even running.
And he
Dumb move, Pinky.
What's crazy for this guy is he's a DOD contractor.
DOJ.
Or DOJ.
Department of Justice.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought it was DOD.
No.
Okay, so let me try this again.
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh, fascist.
Oh,
So
he
there
can
he
run
is.
hard.
I
There
mean,
he is.
You don't take down the fascist in shorts and a shirt like that.
Well, I was going to
anyway.
say, he seemed like he was pretty out of shape because he made it about a strong sprint for about a half block and then slowed down. I don't know if you noticed that.
Now,
Yeah, and he did get fired. That did come out. He was fired, and he is now facing federal charges.
So he had a lot to lose, this guy. There he is facing.
What a
off.
dummy.
He thought it was funny. Well, he doesn't think it's funny today because we charged him with a felony assault on a police officer. I mean, and he's got no excuse if he worked for the DOJ. He knows what he did. They'll have fun with him.
Yeah, I see up there at the top it says DC native who filmed ex-DOJ worker sling Subway.
He's the Subway slinger. That's what we should call him. Pinky the Subway slinger.
Pinky the Subway slinger.
So just incredible. I mean, he had everything to lose. I mean, this isn't just like some guy with like a life of crime.
Right.
This is a guy that got into the DOJ in Washington, D.C. with probably making a great living.
Right.
And he threw it all away with a sandwich.
Yep. So that is about the poorest judgment I've seen in a long time.
It's
Yeah,
just
that was
really,
definitely the take the cake.
really remarkable. So one more time on this guy, I guess. Let's just show.
Pinky the sandwich slinger.
How does that happen? How do you let that
He
happen?
threw it all away.
Literally.
There it goes.
The thing is, though, Real Me Too, and I love you and we agree a lot, but I disagree. I think it should be a felony because what he was doing is disrespecting our law and order there. So I feel like it should be a felony charge.
Absolutely. You assault a police officer?
Yes.
And I think you have to make examples out of people.
Yes, you do.
In order to get law and order back in our streets. I mean, in Washington, D.C. is one of the worst places to go. And you should be able to take your families there. You should be able to walk down the streets, visit your capitals and your Smithsonian's and the zoo, and feel like you can go out to eat at night and not be afraid. And it wasn't like that. It was horrible. And so now you make examples out of these people, just like with the death penalty. If they would make more examples out of these people, we would see crime and unalivings go down tremendously, because you shoot some people in front of a firing squad about 10 times in these states with these liberal laws. I guarantee it'll shut it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of it.
It's the brazenness.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he thinks he can do that and doesn't have respect for the position.
Right.
That's how I feel about it.
If you did that to a senator or a military man, you'd get a felony charge for that too. So I have no problem with it being a felony in this situation.
Somebody said skipping from the cops. That's no run, little skipper.
I know. He looks back like, are they chasing me?
Are they chasing me yet? Like a kid.
It is crazy.
I think he was just like being, I won't say on air what I think he was doing, but I think he was just being a jerk.
Well, the thing is,
I think he thought he'd get away with it and it'd be no big deal.
There was a time when Aunt E and I took her kids to DC alone, and I wouldn't do that now.
And I didn't feel the least bit scared ever, even the subway areas. I mean, and we actually, though, were very cognizant of our surroundings, where we were walking, when we were out at night, but we didn't feel scared.
No.
But we were very, anytime I took my kid to a city that I wasn't familiar with, I was always very cautious, but I didn't worry. And I wouldn't have taken the same age children there now until I knew it was, I would be scared.
And, too, if you're trying to really make us a civil society in any way, a fine on that guy is not going to do anything.
No.
And that's not going to stop it.
No.
You want to stop that, you got to do the felonies, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'd be worth a fine to him.
I love it for him that Judge Janine is on it. I love it for him. I love it.
And they came out immediately. Pam Bondi came out from the Justice Department and said he has been fired. And then Judge Janine came out and said, listen, we're not putting up with this crap. And I mean, it was immediate. And that's what we need for our society. People need to learn where the limits are. And there are limits, and you can't do this little stupid stuff and think you're going to get away with it.
Yeah. I mean, especially now that it's federalized over there, it's a whole new ball game. People may not realize what they're doing. You got to think of it like you are now on federal property.
Right.
You're not breaking city ordinances and laws. You're now committing felonies when you do that in Washington, D.C.
Well, I was going to say, it's just as bad as slapping somebody with a sandwich in the White House.
Right. It's the same. It's like, you got to imagine you've walked into the Capitol building and thrown a sandwich at someone. You're going to get the same, potentially same kind of, it's a federal crime now. So it's a whole new ball game as long as that stays in place.
And Rob's right. There are organizations that will bond him out and shower him with money. That's true.
And that's the sad thing.
He'll do a lecture tour and be a hero to some groups,
Yeah, witchy mama. It's a disrespect to our whole society, not just the officers.
But his days in
that's like, also when we have a lot of English people that watch us, just real quick, the people that go over to what are they called? The soldiers in England.
Oh yeah.
They go over and they try to
mess with them.
them and
it's
stuff.
Hard.
Pull their hats.
Pull their hats and stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll get, they get leveled and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's beautiful because I mean, that just, I don't know. It's just a level of respect. People think they can just push the limit. And I don't.
Oh, Roomy too. He was fired. He was fired.
Oh, it'd have to be.
He was fired. And and somebody else put this earlier, but that stupid action not only affected him, if he is married, has children, whatever, it affects other people. And it's just stupid. It was a stupid thing to do.
Actually, DC crime is not at an all-time low. I'm sorry, Brittany. I'm sorry. It's not. Those numbers are very skewed.
And they proved that. They proved that the numbers were actually manipulated and actually fired someone that was manipulating the numbers to show a decrease. But it doesn't matter if it's gone down some. There's still crime happening there that should not be happening. There's gangs of kids at night in the streets, and I've heard some of the citizens speaking on some of the newscasts on several networks saying they're so relieved and they're so excited to see police in the streets and taking care of these problems, because there were carjackings and people stopping at a red light and getting thrown out of their car. One man got unalived right there on the street waiting for his wife to come up. I mean, there's been all kinds of crime, and I don't care what you're hearing. That's not what we're hearing.
Well, and of course,
This
one
is
of
a
the
whole
things
other debate.
all kinds of cities do this to lower their crime rates is they don't report the crime. They don't file the crime. You know,
Right.
It's one of those things that happens in the missing person cases.
Right here, GTO guy. DC
can
Sergeant
manipulate
claims
numbers.
she was being told to downplay all the crime. They were told not to report things as they were happening. So the numbers were downplayed significantly. And those people, there's several people have been fired because of the manipulation of the numbers.
I am too, Bear. We do business in DC a lot, and I will tell you, it is terrible.
It's not as bad as it was maybe in the 80s and 90s.
Right.
But it went through a good period.
A really good period.
And then it's been declining for a while.
Yeah, I haven't
I'm
been there
there
alone in years. You're there once a year, a couple times a year.
It's not a safe feeling city.
No, not what it used to be. We used to ride the trains. We had no problems. We don't do that stuff anymore.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's not.
And Melissa says, and I agree with you, Melissa. I don't disagree. There is crime, but I'm just as angry at the crime committed by all the politicians. There's crime.
Sure.
There's crime all around for sure,
Oh, yeah.
and we totally realize that for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm glad
we've seen it firsthand. Is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm just glad that they're
different kind of crime.
addressing it finally.
I have to go. I have no choice. But thank you so much, everybody, for being here. You guys have been great. It's always a fun conversation with everyone. Thank you so much for all the super chats and support and the memberships. You guys have been awesome today. And we will be back sometime next week. I don't know what day yet,
We don't know yet.
but I have to go. I have no choice.
All right.
We got to go.
Guys, thank you so much for
Thank
everything.
you.
Thank you to our mods, and thank you to our crime dogs and our subscribers. We appreciate you all so much, and we love how we can have an intelligent debate and still all get along. Thank you. You all have a great day and a great Friday and a great weekend.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Eloquent, intelligent, keeping the missing relevant with Mr. E, Mrs. E. Let's not forget the sweet and E, and of course the best grandee, unraveling these mysteries. Stay a while and share your thoughts. Help us break down this mystery. Grab a seat, we guarantee you're in wonderful company, unraveling these mysteries with Mr. and Mrs. E.